This is about Jack and Lily Sullivan. Jack is 4, Lily is 6. They've been missing since May 2nd around 10 a.m. Okay? They live in Pictou, Nova Scotia, Pictou County, Nova Scotia. And they live near Gairloch and Lansdowne Station. Okay? I'm going to be sharing a bunch of videos after this one, but I'm going to try to pump out as much detail as I can because I was doing a deep dive on this because it was all over my For You page, and I'm like, well, you know what? I'm from Canada. I need to focus on this for a few days. We need to get these kids found. So let me just do my little prayer real fast for any time people are missing. Archangel Michael, Saint Anthony, please protect the children and bring them home safe. Thank you. The stepdad and the mother. Okay. Daniel Martel is a stepdad. The biological father, not sure who he is, where he is. I heard that he could be incarcerated. I'm not sure. But the mother, Malaya Brooks Murray. I have notes here. Malaya Brooks Murray. This is really weird. Their stories are not matching and their stories are changing. There's a lot of red flags, you guys, and I'm going to be posting other videos after this, like I said, so stay tuned. But okay, so first thing that I find that's very weird in regards to these two kids going missing. First of all, the house, okay, the house that they live in, I swear, that's a house of horror. I'm going to be sharing pictures of the house, and you will see aerial view. I'll be explaining that in the next video. You're going to see. I'm going to go into that, but the house looks like a house of horror, okay? Malaya and Daniel have a child, I guess, together. And Malaya, since this whole missing case, has left Nova Scotia, apparently. I'm getting conflicting info. They say she's in another part of the province, so she would be in Nova Scotia, somewhere else. And I've also heard that she was in another province altogether. So what other province could she be in? She's with family, supposedly. And the reason I heard that she's with family and she's blocked Daniel on all socials, that's weird. There's multiple theories going around, but supposedly her family think that Daniel has something to do with the children going missing. So she left and with their child, and she went to family for safety, allegedly. There's also another theory going around that CPS told her to leave. More theories around are that she's suspicious, she might have done this, and so she's fleeing. I don't think that's the case. I don't know. But even her little interview was kind of odd. You'll see in the next video whenever I post that interview with her. So May 2nd is the last time that these children were seen in the morning. They live in a rural area. I'm going to show you again in the next videos. You're going to see the area. Their house is here. There's no other house for a while. Like, it's far. There's other houses in the rural area, but it's pretty far. And it's a lot of dense wood area. And there's a lake, a Lansdowne Lake, I guess, that's kind of close by as well. But there's search and rescues going on since May 2nd, day and night. There's dogs, canines, there's also drones that have thermals. So they're doing their due diligence, and they are trying to find these kids. But it's been since May 2nd, and they haven't been found. They haven't set out Amber Alert at all because the RCMP does not believe that they've been abducted. I guess they feel that something happened where they just wandered off and they're somewhere out there, or maybe foul play was involved, maybe, not sure. But if you look at Daniel Martel's face in his first interviews, well, all his interviews, because they've all been like in the last few days, he has a scratch on his face and he has a black eye. How did he get that? I don't know. We don't know. But allegedly, from the last known thing that I found out today, is that they are flying out someone for a lie detector test, because there's not much of that here in Canada. So they're flying somebody out to do a lie detector test on him, because he states that he wants to prove Malaya's family wrong, because they are saying that he's involved in the disappearance of the 2 kids. Who knows? But he's also mentioned in one of his interviews that in past tense, he's mentioned them in past tense, where he said they were best friends, they were brother and sister. Were. Why are you going to say were? They are best friends, they are brother and sister. So that's a red flag to me, the fact that he's saying it in past tense right there, so there's like so much. So basically they haven't, like, the last press conference, I think there was one today, but one of the most recent ones was that they were scaling down. They're not giving up. By no means. They're not giving up. They're just scaling down. So, and then another thing that they said is that the fact that it's May 8th, tomorrow's May 9th, and they've been missing since May 2nd, the likelihood of them being alive are very slim to none. It's been raining, foggy, and supposedly these kids are not diagnosed, but Malaya says that they're autistic, or could be autistic, or whatnot. So she's self-diagnosing them herself, I guess, it appears. But what's weird is that, and there's no consistency in their story. First they say, well, obviously, if they went missing on Friday, they wouldn't have gone to school. But supposedly, they didn't go to school because Lily had a cough. So they both stayed home, Jack and Lily. They both stayed home. And then supposedly, another story was that they didn't go to school on Thursday either, because they were both sick on Thursday. And then they're saying that they didn't go to school all week, but a teacher did come forward and say that she saw Lily on Monday. So then what happened? Did anything happen? Or did anybody see them from Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? Those 3 days. Has anyone seen the kids? Hello? Anybody? Because if they haven't, if nobody's seen the kids except for the parents, except for Malaya and Daniel, is it possible that they went missing before before Friday, and they just decided to call 911 on Friday? That's a huge red flag, that the story is not consistent with that. So, was it really Friday, or did they go missing before that? Where are those kids? Where are those kids? They need to come back home. They need to be found. It's going to be heartbreaking if they are found and they are no longer alive. It's going to be really heartbreaking. And this is part of the reason I do not do children things a lot, because it hurts a lot. So, again, Archangel Michael, protect those kids and bring them home. I do this all the time, you guys. You might think I'm weird, but Archangel Michael is the ultimate archangel, and he will find and he'll protect. And Saint Anthony, as you guys know, will help find things. So I hope. I'm going to send my prayers. And if anyone knows anything, contact the Pictou County tip line or whatever. Like, honestly, just if you know anything, if you've seen anything, it's really important that these kids get found. Really important.